the failed system, in a way, the faulty system. Right? So they are like asking them to do electoral reform. Doing electoral reform by these guys is like assigning your own political death warrant, so to say. Rotif me Amaechi, they will be my Judas Iscariot. He's been very vocal lately, by the way, because he's also running for president. And he's also willing to do one term. Remember, he's the guy who came second to Tinubu in their APC primaries in 2023. So he's not a pushover. So here he is, trying to explain to us why Bukwari couldn't do electoral reform and Tinubu won't do it. And the cycle continues, like a hopeless situation. Watch this.
So a lot of people have said that I'm no longer talking. The more you talk, the more you reveal your strategy. So that's what you're going to do here now. Everything you said was in my head. If you ask those who meet with me, they will tell you that I have been having meetings and talking with them about the possibility of winning the 2027 election. The problem with election in Nigeria is that there is no incumbent government that can achieve electoral reform. None. Buhari tried it and failed. In fact, National Assembly passed the law and dropped on his table. And the man held his pen to sign. I know those who came to him and said, oh, no, don't try this. Russia will rig the election. They will hack the election. And I wish I were there. I would have told him that everything has an antidote. So if there's a Russia, there's an America. But once they told him that, and that was 2020, it first started from 2019, they convinced him not to, so he did not. By 2023, he was determined, very determined. He said that is the only legacy he wants to leave for Nigeria. So when they brought it, that's why you can see that the National Assembly members, past and present, were not automatic delegates. Because he reached an agreement with them to go and make amendments and bring back. They said no, that he should sign first. That once he signs, they will go and make the amendment and come back. So he signed. When they got to the National Assembly, they did not come back. By the time they realized that they had omitted people like us who were automatic delegates by being a former speaker, and they wanted to include it, when they brought it, Buhari refused. He refused to sign. That's because he wanted electoral reform. And National Assembly actually passed it, but people around him made sure he did not sign that into law and got what they wanted. Now, those same people are back here. Here, this side, I am, where we are now, shouting electoral reform, electoral reform. So you see this crowd. If tomorrow you wake up and Tinubu is no longer the president, and then you become part of government, Tinubu will be here now shouting electoral reform. The problem with Nigeria is what? Nigeria. There is no other, it's not even the elites. Like I said before, how many elites are there actually that you cannot overcome? Now, I tell the opposition party that you're the problem. We're discussing it here. The opposition party is not discussing how to save Nigeria, how to win the next election. I'm from North, I have the votes. I'm from South, it's our turn. Nobody's saying, oh, things are bad. How do we change the candidate? Do you want to do one term or not one term? That's all. Nothing else is discussed. So, while the elites are busy discussing how to get to power, what is happening? The voters, the citizens, are helping the elites to achieve that objective. I saw a video of people collecting money to vote in Anambra. That's not much of a problem. How much do they have? There are 270 million Nigerians according to the United Nations. How much do they have to give 270 million Nigerians? So that's not the problem. The problem actually is in the writing of result, which is done actually in the north, mostly in south-south and southeast. You know, when they say Tinubu is invisible, I say he's the most vulnerable presidential candidate you can face. Don't forget that I ran Buhari's campaign. How many of you can tell me one feature, the greatest feature we had in Buhari's campaign? How many? People were not observant. We made it difficult for any Nigerian governor to go to his state and come out freely. Any day Buhari is coming to any state, the governor is on the run because the madness of the citizens chased them away. We got to Bauchi. The aircraft we took to Bauchi, the wing was damaged. They were looking for Buhari. They jumped on top of the wing. I recently wanted to push Buhari out of the plane to save the plane because it was a River State government plane. In Jos, 2015, I realized that Buhari was a problem. I had to step back because they were attacking us. When I stepped back, I was safe. Buhari was fighting for himself, no police, nothing, until he got into the bus. Why? We mobilized Nigerians to know that if they rigged us out, war. If you rig us out, you rig problem. I heard the story of good luck is not, Jagaban is not good luck. We did not care who. As far as we are concerned, they are going to rig the election. So show them that there will be what? Fire. And the whole world knew there would be fire. There's a video people are showing around. Amaechi them went to America. I never went to any America. That was here in Lagos. Lagos, I was in the meeting. American government without anybody petitioning to them. Who are they? Who are they God? So a lot of people have said.
He's talking rubbish. So those are the kind of stupid stories they love to reminisce on. When we went to people who are like so and so to us. So what did Bokwari use in rewarding all of that? How did Bokwari rewarded Nigeria? How did he reward Nigerians? With all of what he just described, he left them in abject poverty. He left the country in the hands of the ravaging terrorists. And at the same time, they wrecked the economy of the country. They looted the country like tomorrow, no day. Those who are like, those who claimed were around there, Bokwari, most of them now, well, they are standing trial for corruption. And they are claiming that it is because they are not supporting Tinubu. So how did they reward all of these? Are the stories. So they rode on the people's vulnerability at the time, right, to power. And how did they reward them? How many Nigerians lost their lives in the hands of the terrorist political party called the APC, Egbekegbe, in the last 10 years, in the 8 years of Bokwari? So now they are counting on you to get rid of Tinubu. So he's talking tough. I like the part where he said that it was so strong enough that they believed that they couldn't rig them out. So if you try to rig them, it's going to be war. Yeah, he's giving himself that what you call that accolade, so to say. So what are they going to tell you now that is probably going to make you go toe to toe with the Tinubu and his rigging machine, and for their own sake? Same setup, shall you say? Let him tell us. He continued.
They God, after the president, no other person. So how can I petition the American government? What would they do? But American government came here after speaking to other countries. What they come to do? Good luck, don't rig. If you rig, we will not recognize you. Opposition, if you visit violence, we will not recognize you. So they went to the president and told the president their mind. We are here for free and fair election. Please don't rig. Opposition, if you dare try violence, this is our response to it. But Nigerians say, oh, we went for Christian genocide. We went to report good luck. We report him. Do you report the president? The only place you can report a president is either the National Assembly or God. Not America. But you're circulating. Oh, we went to America. We went to America. To do what? I was chairman of Governors Forum, so I was invited to the meeting. And they told us clearly they wanted a free and fair election. And that was one of the freest elections we've ever had in Nigeria. Were there problems? Of course. So it depends on how prepared the opposition and the people are. If you mobilize the people, if you make them know that today there will be madness, they will all be mad. Ask PDP now. Could they campaign in Kano? They couldn't. When they went there, what did they hear? Bamaso, Bamaso. What is Bamaso in Hausa? We don't agree. We don't want you. Because we had mobilized Nigerians. What about Bauchi? When they got into Bauchi and they left, Emir couldn't go anywhere. The people said he must wait until we come. I got a call and they said, look, we must go to Bauchi now so that the Emir can be free. We had to alter our program to go to Bauchi. Who watched us in Borno? I was scared stiff because of Boko Haram. And we had planned not to go to Borno. We got to Borno as they were shooting, people were going. Who was shooting? The military. To scare them. Instead of the people to run back, they were running towards the gun. In fact, one of my friends told me that they were saying, this is AK-47. No, this is not strong. The other one is machine gun. So they knew the sound of guns and they didn't care. So the first solution to electoral reform is not the government. Government won't give you electoral reform. The first solution to electoral reform is what? The people. Don't be shouting electoral reform. You're the problem. The more you say they have written the result, the more you have voter apathy. Voter apathy will make Tinubu return to Villa. 20%, 30%, and you're president? That's arrant nonsense. In the country of 200 and something million. So tell the people the power is in your hands. Come out. If Tinubu is that invisible, how was he defeated in Lagos? I was told how he was defeated. The Christian churches, the churches, invited everybody for a night vigil. Right? The Igbos and the indigenes. All they did was sit down there. As you finish voting, they are there. Where is the result sheet? Electoral personnel knew that result sheet, absence of result sheet will be war. So there was result sheet right there. You have finished? Say yes. Announce the result. You announce it. Upload it. You upload it. They escort you. Since you want collation, they will escort you. APC men were on the run in Lagos because they were ready for war. It was after the presidential election that they gave up on the governorship. But they won Lagos. It can be repeated. But first and foremost, you must agree that the man there is not invisible. I don't see him as invisible. The problem is the opposition. I can do one term. I can't do one term. I'm from the north. I'm not from the north. I'm south. It's our turn. No. Get the best material that can govern the country. Not that can. There are two materials you must look for. The problem is we have no qualification for any politician. It is an all-comers game. So if you say you want a president, make sure the president is qualified to run the election. What's the first qualification? That he must change the country when he becomes president. What's the second one? He must have the capacity to say, I will be mad with you. Since election, all of us go die. The moment the other party sees it, that's what we did in APC. We made sure PDP knew that we are former members of PDP and we knew what they do to win election. If you try it with us, we'll balance it. May God bless you.
So they needed somebody who is like rough and ready to tell APC that we'll die there. We'll get to that one. But Oshiomole is not convinced. He was somewhere a few days ago. Okay, this is now like old clip, okay? I just thought it's relevant to this conversation, all right? So Oshiomole was somewhere where Adiza was doing her 50th birthday. Okay? Adiza was the lady that was appointed in charge of the Nigerian Port Authority. And they were all there to kind of like praise her, blah, blah, blah. Then Oshiomole now referenced Rotifni Amaechi, that Amaechi is telling everybody that he's hungry today. Thank you, Jare Adiza. You have made them hungry now, something like that. Mocking the same guy, because they were together before, by the way, right? Oshiomole.
I was very privileged, which is why I feel always indebted to you, because the reason all of us must strive to do good and make name is that so that our children, even if we don't get the benefit, our children will get the benefit. When you were appointed as MD of MPA, some people with bad belly who were drunk with power, they tried to rubbish you without knowing your background, and you fought back. They try, if they had their way, if there was anything they could enact, they wanted to rubbish your family name. But in the end, they have rubbished themselves. And right now, they are hungry. That hunger, even as they had a pot belly, that hunger is lacking the capacity to misuse power, to oppress even the best collection among us. So the day I hear that those who were so powerful yesterday are now hungry, I say, may this hunger remain until they return to their creator. And look at it. Today you are here, you have the honor of Nigeria Vice President being in attendance to celebrate your birthday. Can you expect more? Why those who want to rubbish you remain in hunger? And after some time, they will be starving. You have the secretary to government, you have the chief of staff, and then we are animals. So this is the reward of listening and imbibing the best.
Nuisance Lele.
That's Adamu Oshiomole. But is that the way the ADC guys are seeing it? Of course not. Presently, right, it is believed that PDP is a shadow of his former self, so compromised enough that even their governors are being suspected to be planning to go and join ADC. Well, have you heard that, right? Bauchi governor is likely going to go and join ADC. Solomon Makinde Ibadan is likely going to go and join ADC as well, and a few others too. Don't take my word for it, just kind of like hear it like I heard it somewhere, or Mayigu mentioned it, so that when it comes to pass, right, you won't get freaked out like, oh my God, you know. Because it seems that they are being positioned to go and be the main opposition party that is fair enough to face Kolu in 2027. So their spokesperson is Bolaji Abdullahi. Okay, so it was with the Shehu earlier, I think, this evening, right? And it was like, they are getting there. They started in July 2025, and they believe that some of the big wigs that are joining them, the ones others are calling the relics, the dredge, okay, the spent forces, which are practically trying to leverage on the Peter Obi's obedient and other stuff, all those allegations, okay. So here is what Bolaji Abdullahi had to say in their preparation to be the main opposition to Kolu and unseating him.
For us in our studio. Thank you so much, Malam Abdullahi, for joining us tonight.
Thank you very much. Always
It's good to see you.
Happy New Year.
Same to you. Good to see you. What a year! What a year it's been, 2025. It saw the alliances and some heavyweights coming together under the umbrella of the ADC, and it's seeing someone like you who's been a former minister and who is a former governorship aspirant in your state coming to now speaking for the ruling, for the major opposition party now. I'm saying major opposition party now because suddenly the ADC seems to be a party to look out for. The PDP is falling apart. The Labour Party seems to not to find its feet, but the ADC seems to have had all of the major players from all of the opposition parties come under one umbrella. But in all of this, we've seen Dele Momodu also, interestingly, from Benin City, declared his, and you saw, interestingly, perhaps the first national chairman of the APC, Chief John Odege Yegon, receiving Dele Momodu in the